If you like to go camping, van lifing, caravanning, any of that kind of stuff with your dog, I've got something to show you. You are going to love it. Little bad boy is called a Knot-a-Hitch. It is the coolest thing I have ever seen. I like to go out camping in my van with my dog Max. He's a Cocker Spaniel. One of the main problems I have is keeping him there on the campsite and keeping him actually tethered while I'm doing other stuff, while I'm setting up camp, cooking dinner, all that kind of stuff, but also giving him enough room to kind of move about a little bit so he's not just tied on a short lead in one place. This is the answer to my prayers. I have already bought one for myself. And if you're new here, by the way, my name's Amy. I run Track and Trail Canine Outfitters, an independent dog shop based in Dumfries in southwest Scotland. I specialise in gear that's safe and comfortable for dogs, and I stock a great range of activity and hiking and adventuring gear for active dogs and their owners. Ruffwear is one of my favourite brands. They kind of set the standard when it comes to outdoor life with dogs. Knot-a-Hitch, let me tell you about it. It's an entire system. It just all comes in this little bag and the bag stays with it. So you open the bag, you've got your instructions on the lid there, so you will never lose them. But honestly, once you've used it once or twice, you don't need the instructions. Ruffwear take a lot of inspiration for their gear from like human climbing stuff. So on the back of the bag here, you'll see it's kind of stitched onto the back there is this, which is called a daisy chain. And that sits in the back in a zippy pocket. So you just pull that out and then this comes out. This is really, really long. It's called a daisy chain because it's just a series of loops like this. So wherever you're setting up camp, if you've got a tree or a gate post or a telegraph pole or anything like that, this is what you're going to use. I've got a tree in the shop, I'll show you. Everyone has a tree in their shop, right? On your daisy chain, you've got this end of it here, and you've also got one of these clips, which is attached onto the bag there. You're basically going to attach this bag to the tree. So pass the daisy chain around the back. So this is your tree, your gate post, whatever it is you're using. And then use this clip to go through one of the loops on the chain. So that's now nice and secure like that. So your bag can't fall down, it's tied to the tree. Then we're going to take the rest of it out. In here, you've got a really, really long piece of rope. There's absolutely loads of it, and on the end is one of Ruffwear's crux clips, so that actually locks as well. And this is the part that you're going to clip to your van or your caravan or another tree. Let's go for a walk and I'll show you how long it is. Let's take this now, walk across the shop, and I'll show you exactly how long this tether is. So I'm going to take it all the way over here, and it's getting me, I've got a wardrobe in here actually. So it's getting me in here, and I'm going to connect the other end into the wardrobe. But to connect the other end, you're just going to use this crux clip. So you can pass it around whatever it is you're connecting to. So let's pop it around the top of the wardrobe here. And then you clip this back onto the line like that. And then you can lock it in position. So that will then form a loop there. If you've ever done any climbing or anything like that, you'll be really familiar with this kind of hitch. But essentially, this helps to lock itself. You've got this little tab here, and then the end here with a stopper knot on it. So all you're going to do to take the tension out of the line is pull the end with the knot, and this will keep it secure. So let's take the tension up into the line. When you want to release it, just hold this line, pull the tab, and then you can pull it back through. So now we've got this really long line that you can set up in your camp. There's a carabiner here that's attached onto the line, and that just moves and slides along this line like that. Because it's adjustable at that end, you can set it up to be quite short, you can set it up to be as long as you want. And your dog has the freedom to move all the way up and down this line, and they can walk up and down, they can roam around the camp, they can have a good sniff about, all while you're doing things like setting up your bed or cooking the dinner. All you will do with this is just take your normal lead, clip it to the back of your dog's harness or collar or whatever, preferably a harness because they're going to be tethered, and then take the handle that you would normally hold, pop it onto this carabiner, screw that shut, and your dog's nice and secure. All you would have to think about really is making sure that this is at a height where your dog is not going to be kind of strung up by it, and that your lead is long enough to give your dog a little bit of range. But that gives you full, nice freedom of movement so that your dog is nice and safe and secure while you're camping. How cool is that? And easy as that, it's just going to go back in the bag. So you've got your line coiled there, pop that straight back in the front, tuck the end in there and fold that over. This has got a little popper on it, so you just popper that closed. And then your daisy chain goes back into the zip pocket on the back here. So just coil that one up again and pop that back in. Done. That's also going to be amazing for things like events and shows. If you're going, if you've got a number of people going, if you've got a few different vehicles, you can put this up between a couple of the vehicles and let the dogs have a little bit of room to roam about. Great if you're doing an overnight camp at some of the game fairs and things like that this year. It's called the Knot-a-Hitch. We've got them in stock right now. I've also just realised I've unintentionally colour coordinated myself to the Knot-a-Hitch. We sold out of the Knot-a-Hitch when I posted my first video about this one, but I've just restocked, so I have got some more in. You can find us by going onto your search engine and typing in Track and Trail Canine. We've also got this lovely, beautiful showroom in Dumfries as well, so if you're in that area and you want to pop in, you can find us there.